Let me be very clear. I could be best friends with a big cow. Cuddle that baby her whole life.
Yeah.
And the minute she's ready for butcher, I would have no problem having a steak.
Nope. You can't eat Teresa after you've raised her. Come on.
I could absolutely eat a Betty or a Bertha, though. Hi, everyone.
Hello. I'm Gloria.
And I'm Kären.
And we're Chaos and Company.
We're the chaos. You come and it makes it a company. So
Yes.
And we're going to say it different every single time.
Every single time.
Happy Friday. Hopefully Friday. Sorry there was no video. I did get one text from one person that said, I just loaded your video and I can't see the video. And I'm like, yeah, we didn't have video. You didn't read the description.
My sister texted me this morning and she was like, so did you guys not have video? Because it's just a graphic. And I was like, listen, girl, long story short, we
had video.
Your girl ain't got brain capacity to try to figure shit out, okay?
We had video. Gloria got kicked off the internet again. We got her back. In editing, I said, hey, you want me to go add the video in? And she was like, nah, it's cool. You can wait till I'm done editing.
No.
Neither one of our brains connected
you need the video.
That you need the video before the edits or the audio will be not
synced.
Correct.
Yes.
It's so funny too, because I remember my brother like 3 years ago when I was like, I want to start a podcast, and he was like, okay, when you first start, clap, and that's how you know that's your first audio. Like, so that like thing they do when they're recording movies and stuff, like that's how you sync the audio with the video. Anyways, we've never had to do that because we just hit record and it records it all for us, and But turns out. If you stop the video, my camera glitched.
You're back.
For a minute. Did you?
You're back. It did glitch for a sec.
That was weird.
Yeah.
Camera, don't do that.
So I actually didn't get kicked off the internet last week. Last week, whatever I was plugged into in this room was not.
Your computer died.
Yeah, it was not charging my computer. So my computer was like, "Hey, girl, I'm dead," and I was like, "What?" Had no idea.
When it came back, it wasn't recording you. And we kept talking. Literally. And then we got a notification that said, Gloria's not being in this video.
Yeah, girl, she is not here. And it's funny because in all of that, like there was no video and none of my audio either. And it was just Kären just chatting with herself.
Answering questions. Yeah, Gloria was asking me questions, but you couldn't hear the questions. Yeah. So then it was just me being like, yeah, what else?
Yeah.
That's so weird.
I know. It was really
so strange.
It was really very funny to watch, but
yeah.
So, Kären and I are just learning, and there's going to be technical difficulties, and we're just going to roll
every
with the
week
punches.
We learn new things are being learned. Every time we think we've mastered one, something stops working on us. So it's okay.
Hopefully this one will be fine. Everything will be smooth.
Yeah, just like do Joe Rogan it and like don't even edit anything.
Oh my God, I could never.
Did you know he doesn't edit his podcast?
That's why they're so long, and that's too long to watch a whole podcast.
And it's so funny because Sean is always giving me shit about how much stuff I listen to.
Yeah.
But then he'll be doing dishes and I'll look at him and I'm like, what are you listening to? And he's like, Rogan. And I'm like, I can't. There's no.
Yeah. You're like, so you're going to sit there for 3 hours? 3-hour podcast? That's
And I
too
never
long.
know what he's going to. It's probably like us, actually, when you think, well, we're not 3 hours, but I never know what he's going to talk about.
Yeah.
Like,
he's always got some
I'm
crazy scientist or like some fancy person on. Or a comedian.
I've never listened to one in full.
Yeah, no, they're too long. Also, I did not listen to that Candace video yesterday. I am struggling trying to watch TV or videos.
No, I get it.
I just want to read my books. And that's all I want to do. But I do want to jump into the Candace thing and watch them hopefully this week, maybe. You know what? I have a
Yeah.
long drive to Vegas on Thursday, so I'll
Oh,
listen
yeah.
then.
Okay. Well, can I give you
A
can I bring you
synopsis?
into the conspiracy right now and what's happening?
Yes, you can.
I don't know how to wrap my brain around what is happening. And Sean and I have discussed it the other day. I said, she's going to die.
Yeah.
And she actually said in Friday's episode, she goes, please stop messaging me and telling me that you're worried for my safety. I know what I'm doing. And I struggle because at this point, what happens?
Right.
If she uncovers the truth, does anyone ever admit it?
Yeah, it's like, how far is
Like,
this actually going to go?
and why is everyone pretending, his wife and the government included, we did not watch a man get assassinated on September 10th?
Mm. His wife
Like,
honestly baffles my mind how she is
at first,
behaving and how she's in the limelight.
at first I gave so much grace, okay?
Yeah,
Because how we know she was raised to be a political figure,
right.
just like all the men that we talk about.
Mhm.
The hug that happened last week.
Uh-huh.
I when Sean came home, I said, "Did you see the hug?"
Between her and
He
JD
said, "Between
Vance?
yes."
Mhm.
He said, "Between who?" And I said, "Between Erica and JD Vance." And he said, "I'm trying really hard to ignore all of that stuff. People are making assumptions." I said, "Let me be so freaking clear. If another woman ever hugs you like that,
Bro.
she will die."
Yeah. Did you see the video that I sent you about that?
I don't know.
Okay, so
Maybe,
this
maybe. I saw so many. All I
yeah.
did was see the hug. I didn't watch any of the speeches, didn't watch the intros or anything.
Well, it wasn't a speech. It
I
was
saw
a
the hug.
girl reacting to the hug and talking about how she thinks that they're trying to make uh Erica Kirk the vice president.
Oh, I do think that.
Yeah.
I've already said that.
Yeah.
I do think that. Vice president, or so here's what I think. I think they're lining her up to be, yes, I think JD Vance will eventually be president and she will be vice president. And I think she knows that. I think she's in on that whole conversation.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they were like, and here's why I still give grace to her.
Mhm.
I don't know that because when they were, someone reported early on that when they were in the car to the hospital, she got a phone call and it was from a high political figure. And she answered it and they said, we want to know right now in this moment, how much do you know? And she said, I know everything. So in that moment, she got swept into the people of whatever is happening. Okay. In that moment, she knew everything. They didn't want the public to know. So she got brought into whatever. I
Right.
don't know what any of that is. Okay. Let's just be real. I do not understand
Yeah.
because none of us were raised to be politicians.
No.
We don't understand the depths these things go to. Anyways,
But we know there's depths. Yeah.
correct. All this to say, if anyone ever hugs my husband like that, if anyone ever hugs me like that, don't put your hands on my hips.
Well, also like a hand in his hair.
That's the part. I'm like,
That's the
you
part.
don't go like this to him. But he put his hands on her hips in
I
leather
know.
pants.
I know. I seen it.
One, what are we doing wearing leather pants? But
I
listen,
concur.
at this point, I'm not
What
sure
are
I
we
want
doing?
a government. I'm not sure I want a government unless Candace is the head of something because this
I
woman
know.
gets people to talk to her. Now, mind you,
She never will be
it could
because
all be
she tells
completely
the
made up.
truth and the government can't
No,
tell the truth. Like, they just can't.
no. Okay, so here's the part that is in her videos, big in the videos this week,
Mm.
is the pastor that spoke on
Oh, I saw that.
at, at his memorial.
Yes.
Which part did you see? Did you
Uh,
see his son is chief of staff for Charlie?
I saw
Okay,
her.
so
Okay, I
no.
watched the video where he was standing next to Charlie, his son.
And turns around and walks away the minute he's shot.
Right. So she thinks he's already on the phone with somebody, and she was trying to see like if they could find the moment that he actually dialed because they assume he was on the phone already. But the phone
The
wasn't to
worst
his
part
ear.
is his dad says he was covered in blood. And then there is a guy standing directly. So if you're looking at Charlie, there's a guy standing directly to the right of Charlie. And then this guy's over here,
Yeah.
right? Not by Charlie. Kind of by Charlie, but not really.
Right.
The minute the bullet rings out, Charlie's not even hit yet. This guy does a 180 and walks away from the scene.
Right.
This guy, when Candace shows this video on like Monday or Tuesday, this guy gets on the Charlie Kirk show and says, "Stop listening to her. We were standing together. And the minute Charlie was shot, we both panicked, didn't know what to do. And we were both in the SUV when Charlie drove to the hospital. You know who wasn't? This guy was in another SUV before Charlie got carried anywhere. But this guy did get in the SUV, but he's now claiming, ignore what the cameras say, ignore what Candace says. We were together. Sir, we have video. And you're not together. And he's already on the flipping phone.
Yeah.
He's on the
Also,
phone before Charlie hits the
didn't he take
ground.
a video of himself like Charlie Kirk just got shot, and he's like he's the
Yes.
one that's up there taking a video of everything?
Yes. And he's like, no one brought this up, but I could not let it go when she played that video. He said, they shot Charlie. They shot Charlie. They shot Charlie.
Yeah.
And what caught my brain about that was the night before when Charlie was texting people and saying, they're not going to let me live.
Yes.
Who is they?
Yeah.
But so fast forward past all that, that's earlier in the week. Then we get to Thursday. She remember the Egyptian flight?
Yes.
Okay. She says Egyptian flight lands, then takes off. An Egyptian, so she has a line that people can call that's encrypted, so like the government can't, supposedly. Okay. So like I do realize the supposedly on all this, guys. So I'm not like super gung ho
Yeah.
on like conspiracy, let's get them, but I'm also, if everyone else wasn't acting so weird,
Right.
I might be more inclined to be like, no, we got the guy.
Yeah.
Um but government people
Mhm.
in Egypt reach out to her and say, we know someone that was on that flight. The first flight, oh, so there's a second flight, so hold on. So the first flight in, there were roughly 18 people on that flight. And what we understand they were told was, you have a secret mission in America. You need to, we're not going to tell you what it is. You need to board this plane. We're going to take you, drop you off. You do the secret mission, you leave.
Right.
Those people never get back on that flight before it leaves. When that plane takes off, we don't know exactly how many are on the manifest, but there's like 6 or 7, not 18 people.
Interesting.
But someone then reaches out and she never says who this person is or whatnot. She's trying to be very careful because these people are literally saying, we're too connected. We're scared for our lives.
Yeah.
So, second person reaches out and says, okay, so you saw the first flight from Egypt. You need to look for the second one.
Oh, wow.
So, sure enough, after that flight takes off, a second plane comes into Utah and lands. And then eventually takes off also and goes through the city they normally go to and then home. So she starts covering that day and just talks more about it and like discusses how weird that is.
Yeah.
And then Friday, she doesn't normally do videos on Friday, but people got to looking. And people found the flight records for
Okay.
these two planes for the last 3 years
Wow.
and basically took a list of turning point events and where these planes were in the United States, both of them. So,
Right.
what always happens is the first plane comes in, lands, takes off. The second plane comes in and stays for like 2 or 3 days before it leaves every single time.
Yeah.
Each time this plane is in Arizona, Utah, I mean, in the United States, period.
Yeah.
There is a turning point event in that city.
Wow. So they're following him.
Literally. And it's like, maybe not, right?
Hmm.
Let's they're not following him. They're just being places. Cuz that's not illegal. But like why?
Yeah. And there also comes a point where it's like, it's not a coincidence.
Yeah. And I'm just really intrigued that we know, like, in the few weeks before Charlie's death, Charlie had actively said, I'm going to go hard on Israel. He had told people that. He had said it on podcasts. He had told other people that. He told Tucker Carlson that.
Yeah.
Um, he's like, we're going to go hard on Israel because he realizes, and I'm sorry who I offend, I love the Jewish people. I love Israel. I believe in God. I believe Israel's the sacred place.
Yeah.
I don't believe we should be massacring people.
Yeah.
And she also shared evidence on Friday that I don't know if you knew this, but actively there is a genocide going on in the Congo right now, in like Nigeria and some other
Didn't know that.
places. Have you heard anything about that?
No.
It's very much hidden on social media, but our pastor has been playing like reels from other pastors. They're singling out Christians.
Okay.
They are literally killing Christians. That's
Right.
all they're killing, Christians. Um Apparently Russia and Ukraine and Israel have quite a foothold there because that's where they mine their diamonds.
In Nigeria?
In the Congo. Yeah.
Wow.
So, that's just something to think about. I
Yeah.
don't even know the connection. I don't know any of these connections and I feel insane. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, y'all. And I just am so afraid. I mean, and even when it's sad because as a Christian, I think I don't think it's ever going to get better. I don't think there's anything we can do as a people
Right.
to have a new revolution. Like, even I was thinking, what if, like, how deep my brain has been going? What if we, like, dig deep and we're all like, we're no longer going to allow politicians in politics? We're going
Right.
to elect the farmer next door. We're going to go get on the board, go get on the thing. We're going to
Yeah.
elect you. And we just all collectively agreed to do that because we could. We have enough connection through social media today. But the problem is, we're also so divided.
Right. My brain also
They have
sometimes goes
intentionally,
like that far as like, what if everybody just stopped voting? Nobody would win.
literally,
Like nobody would win. And then I think like,
it's going to be.
do we really need a government? And like, why do we need it? Can't we all
So I
just
had a
like live
conspiracy.
life and not have anybody in control except for Jesus?
Well, and like that's what a lot of people are arguing is like, why did we let the government take over schools? Why did
Yeah.
we let the government take over the banks? But when you go back far enough, so fun fact, the Titanic. Did you know that the owner of like Chase Bank, again, do not come for me on the accuracy of
Facts.
this because I do not know which people exactly, but
Yeah.
I know there were like 4 or 5 major bankers who
Hmm.
owned the largest banks in America and were very much against a centralized bank.
Hmm.
They all got tickets on the Titanic.
Interesting. Also, there's another conspiracy that uh the Titanic was a different boat because they realized they needed insurance or something. So they sunk it for insurance purposes so
Well,
they could get money
they
off of it.
also think they sunk it to get rid of these people. So
I mean, kill two birds with one stone. I think that's what these people are all about, honestly.
literally within weeks of their death, we had a centralized bank in the United States, and the United States backs the currency now.
My
You know what I
husband and
mean?
I we don't trust banks. We literally take
Yeah,
half of our money out of the bank and we don't put it in there.
we should do that, but
Yeah, you should. It's honestly, we save money too. Like, it's
yeah,
just because it's not in there. I'm like, oh, we don't have that money. And then we have money saved. And
yeah.
God,
Do you remember? Well, of
you
course you do.
really don't know what's going to happen. And
No,
God forbid something happens to these banks and your money is digital and it's gone. I think about it all the
I
time.
say this all the time. Yes, I say this all the time, and nobody believes me, or nobody like understands where my brain is
Yeah,
because I'm. Just remember, ADHD people are smarter than the rest of you freaking bitches. Money is a figment of our imagination. Like,
bro.
you know how like what do they call it? What? Oh my gosh, this is where you learn we're dumb. Actually, race is created by us,
Yeah.
right? Like we created the idea of
Mm-hmm.
race. We have taken the true value of money and we have created it into a figment of our imaginations.
Yeah.
When people are like how much debt do you have? How much debt do I have? Not a lot, right?
Yeah.
No, how much debt do I have? I own a house.
True.
I have no idea. I don't remember how much we bought this house for, but it was way outside of what we should have spent.
Yeah.
So, we're looking at 400. So I'm already like $500,000 in debt, right?
True.
Then I have 80,000 in student loans,
Ugh.
which the US government has told me not to pay the right amount because in 10 years of working for a not-for-profit, they're going to pay them off. They could cancel that at any time. But what do? I pay $100 a month so that in 10 years, they might pay them off.
Yeah.
What might actually happen is in 10 years, I owe
And
$100,000
they
to the
go,
government.
sorry about
And at
that.
that point,
Oops.
I'm just going to another country, honestly. If that happens, I'm just never coming back. You will just never find me again.
Right, right.
Um, what other debt do I have? Oh, my car.
Mm,
So if I have $4,000 there. So I owe by myself, well, with my husband, I guess.
yeah.
600, 700, $800,000. I don't know.
Damn, I'm really not in debt then.
No.
I'm maybe like $7,000 in debt right now. That's pretty good.
And then the world tells me I'm not in debt because I own this house
Right.
and it's appreciating, which is correct, right? Like
Yeah.
I can sell it in 20 years and make profit. But my car is depreciating. Bitch, this week I thought I was going to have to get a new car and I was heartbroken.
Yeah, it's so
I was,
true.
guys, I was waiting for security to come jump my car and I was texting Sean and I was like, I just can't cry. I can't cry in front of this random man that's going to come jump my battery
You can.
on a
You
Friday, on
can
Halloween.
cry in front of this
No,
man.
absolutely was I not going to cry in front of that man. And it shows too how blessed I am and how truly overjoyed I am that my car has always worked, even when it was a $5,000 car or a $1,500 car.
Right.
But I have never, in my married adult life, gone out to my car
Yeah.
to leave work and it not have a charge. And I, in that moment, was like, I'm so embarrassed to walk back inside. Y'all, I used to walk up to people who were outside with their hose and be like, "Can I have that? My car is overheating and I need to cool down my engine."
You know what you should buy?
I used to
You know they
what?
have
A battery pack,
yeah, so like
like a charging pack.
you can jump your own car.
Yeah,
We
I
have one
should.
in
That's what the
every
guy
single one
brought.
of our cars.
Well, that's genius.
Yes.
We have never
That and
had this problem.
I carry my
So
own air compressor because I don't have time to go to the gas station and say, "Can you please turn your air on?"
you have to ask them to turn the air on?
Yes. Or you
What?
have to pay for it. But if it doesn't work, then you have to ask them.
Oh.
Yeah,
We've
it's
never had that.
ain't nobody
We've
got time
never
for that.
had to. A lot of times you can go to like car washes out here and their signs always make me laugh because they're like free air. And I'm like, got that, bitch. Thanks.
Yeah, that's another thing.
Or
Why are we paying for air? That's wild to me. You were gonna say,
their
do you
company.
remember something? After you say
Oh,
this, try to
do you remember?
remember.
I know. Do you remember? I used to carry probably not because we like didn't hang out when we were driving,
Yeah,
which
no.
makes no sense. But I carried a jug of water and
Oh,
radiator
yeah,
fluid in my car
yeah.
and would fill it up every single time before I left somewhere because my Ford Taurus had such a bad leak
How come that's like so normal in my brain? I'm like, yeah, that's normal.
because it was normal in every car I grew up.
Literally, me
One
too.
time, someone made a comment about how Subarus are more prone to oil leaks, and I said, "You mean not every car leaks oil?"
You're like,
I just thought that was normal.
well, I mean, after a while, you have to think like there's gaskets in there and they're all rubber or plastic. So
We've
if
had to
you
replace
don't
several of
replace,
ours. Like,
yes,
yeah, yeah. I will say my husband takes very good care of my cars,
bro, cars
but
are so expensive. I praise God every day that I married a mechanic and
yeah,
an electrician. He just does everything and all of it. And I'm so,
yeah,
so blessed to have that because, yeah, I have never, in my married life, I have never been without a car. If my car broke down, I have another one,
same. Hmm.
which is
No,
amazing.
I feel that way too. And my
Yeah.
husband, bless his soul, is literally replacing outlets while we're doing this.
Oh,
We
beautiful.
but that's home ownership too. Like we have
Yeah.
now I it's so funny because when I say we've renovated homes,
Right.
we have rebuilt homes in ways not we never doing drywall and ever but if you need someone to spackle a wall, it is me. I have said I'm a little bit better at it than Sean. But
I love that.
but I won't touch electric. Now, if I had
No.
to, I would. But I got him, so I just buy the outlets and I'm like, go change them. But when we have done so many homes, we've like learned how to do flooring, we've learned how to break up flooring, we've learned how to re-level floors, we've learned how to do so much.
Yeah.
But yeah, when I woke up yesterday, Sean goes, well, after we went and did family photos first thing in the morning, and he goes, we don't really have anything to do today. And I was like, we don't. What do you want to do? And he goes, think we should like maybe paint the bathrooms. And I was like,
Yes.
okay. So I started prepping the upstairs bathroom and he goes, while we're like prepping it, do you want me to do the electric? And I was like, yes. So when we moved into this house, the main level, I had all the outlets and the switches replaced because they were original to the home.
Right.
So they were as old as Sean. And so the basement really needed done. Long story short, I thought I was going to paint the upstairs bathroom yesterday. And then we went to a restore and we found a light fixture for the girls' bathroom. And Sean took off the old mirror, had a light built in.
Okay.
So he took that off the wall. I will never understand why people do not take things off the
To
walls before
paint.
they paint. Yes,
Yeah.
I take everything. I take everything off the walls and then I think about which holes I'm going to reuse and which ones I'm not. I spackle the ones I'm not,
Yeah.
and then I paint.
Mm-hmm.
There was just this giant spot not painted. And I have not had to paint anything in the basement. I painted one wall because I wanted it painted, but
Yeah.
I haven't had to paint anything in the basement. And I went, "Oh no." And he goes, "You think you could paint this bathroom first?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "How about I just paint that one wall?" But so I started the day thinking I was going to paint one bathroom, wound up getting paint for one, and I'm going to paint the other one after this, but Yeah. So while we're at it, we're doing electric, and he brought an outlet up to me shortly before we started. He goes, it fell apart when I took it out
Oh
of the
my
wall. It was
gosh.
so bad. We haven't been able to plug anything into it.
Yeah,
And that's why I was like, that's
it needs to be
the
changed.
electric. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes. The electric in this house
it is time.
is very scary to me. But I worked for an electric company, so I am forever scared by the electric. But,
Oh, I don't blame you.
anyways, yeah. So, fo- Charlie Kirk was being monitored by Egypt. Um, I don't know. What's your topic for the day?
Okay, so this is actually a local to me story, like literally 15 minutes like west of me.
Yeah.
This happened October 14th. Allegations
Okay.
of major child abuse by adoptive parents. That's according to multiple reports published in October 2025. Should I keep their names in here?
Are they kids?
No, they're adults.
Oh,
Okay,
absolutely.
cool. Matthew and Brittany James of North Edwards were arrested in connection with the child abuse and torture of their 3 adopted children. After their arraignment, both entered not guilty pleas to the felony charges. The initial incident began on October 14, 2025, when deputies from the Kern County Sheriff's Office responded to a report of suspected child abuse. Now, I do know that the cops were called by the school. So I think they saw something and
Yeah.
talked to said child, and so they were called to the school. Authorities found 3 children, all under 14, who were victims of severe abuse. The children were placed in a protective custody of CPS. Allegations of abuse. Court documents describe horrific details of the alleged abuse, based on a report from the youngest child, a 9-year-old boy. The boy claimed his parents duct taped his mouth shut, beat him with shovels and boards, and Matthew James once dropped a 50-pound bag of concrete on him. He also said he was hit with wires and belts and forced to run in place while in duct tape. 9 years old. It's the saddest thing I've ever heard. When interviewed by deputies, Brittany James called the child a liar and said the couple had only joked about tying him up. Matthew James reportedly became emotional and denied abusing the children. The couple faces multiple felony charges, including 3 counts each of torture, assault with a deadly weapon, likely to cause great bodily injury, and cruelty to a child. The couple has been held without bail and scheduled for a bail review, which was set on October 30th, so the day before Halloween. I don't know if there was an update because let me tell you, girl, we have a Facebook group for our town, and it has
Yeah.
been nothing but drama since this happened. I'm going to preface this with I understand that not every Mormon, these people are Mormon parents, and I understand not every Mormon is going to discipline their kids like this, but it is common in the Mormon community. So I did make a
And I
comment
will.
on this
Mhm.
Facebook page about Ruby Frankie and that this reminded me about the Ruby Frankie case. And I said, unfortunately, this is how Mormons deem necessary to discipline their kids. People were mad at me. LDS was coming at
So
me.
here I will. Yes. So I will go a little further and say cults in general,
Yes,
because control is key.
exactly.
So in cults in general, and sin is unforgivable, right?
Hmm.
So like a big part of why like Christians will spank their kids, but they're not like murdering us, is because we can be forgiven.
Right.
But at some point in these extremist groups, they start to skew their idea of religion and forgiveness and start to be like all or nothing. And they start to believe that if you are disobeying, you are evil.
Yes.
Listen, I know they say no. I believe Jesus was perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But can you like tell me, so like, did he never disobey his mom? Because maybe disobeying isn't imperfect.
Right.
Maybe Jesus also had those things and God doesn't view those as like completely sinning because you don't understand, right?
Yeah.
So my thought is, unless you're Jesus,
Mm.
you're gonna disobey your parents.
Yeah.
The
And
whole thought though, where she's
they're
like,
kids.
they're lying,
Yeah.
yes. We had this discussion with my kids the other day because I watched a body cam footage of a 7-year-old call the police.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, when the police got there, he said, with his mom standing right beside him, she put her hands over my mouth and she told me that she hates me, that she wishes I was dead, and that she wishes she had never had me. And the cops were like, oh my gosh. And the kid said, I have not eaten in days except for my meals at school. Can you please just take me somewhere where I don't have to be hurt by her and I can just be fed? And the police, I think, were also shocked by his demeanor.
Right.
He's this little sweet 7-year-old. And he said, I do have a blanket in my bedroom that I would really like to grab before we go. And then can
Poor
we go get like
baby.
McDonald's? No. And he was so sweet and so honest. And his mom, clearly drunk, standing beside him, went, he's lying. He's lying. And then my kids were like, so they arrested her. But my
Yeah.
kids, when I was telling Sean this story, said, what if he was lying? And I said, have you ever thought in your head once that I would put my hands over you and tell you any of those things? I didn't, by the way, I did not say all of these things in front of my children, but
Right.
like the basics, like she put her hands on him and he was hungry type thing.
Right.
I said, have you ever thought about needing to go to someone and tell them you were so hungry that you just needed to not be in my care?
Yeah.
And she said, no. And I said, because you've never experienced that. There are some lies you can't think of
Yeah.
because you've never been there.
True.
I said, so no, I don't think this little kid was lying. I also think he needs protected at all costs
Yeah.
because he's going to be a really good cop one day or something. Because
Yeah.
like, he knew who to call and my kids wouldn't know who to call or how to call them. But yes, those extremist cults, they just take it to another level.
They
and
do.
then
It's like
the
way too
kids,
far.
and I think the kids, the reason the schools call, and you'll see it. So Ruby Frankie had pulled all of her kids out of school. This is common as those, what's the other one? Lori Vallow pulled her kids out of school. As these extremist groups progress, school becomes a threat
Yeah.
because there are resources in the school. There are people listening.
Well,
I will never forget.
and teachers
Go ahead.
are like
Mandated
Yeah.
reporters. Yes. We had a kid come to school one day, and this was not funny. I'm not going to say where, but I was working at a school.
Yeah.
And he came into the classroom crying. I was subbing.
Mm.
I said, I do not know what to do with this kid. He came over to me and he said, my mom's baby died last night.
What?
I had to call his teacher. I had to call the principal. I had to like have conversations. And ultimately, his mom had a miscarriage. But to him, that was already his baby sibling, right?
Yeah.
And so kids also come in saying the absolute craziest things.
Yeah.
And you have to decipher. You got to ask some questions
Yeah. Yeah.
to figure
for
out
sure.
where we're at and figure out. So I don't believe that these people just automatically picked up the phone and said, nah, we're calling the police. I think they probably asked questions and these kids were
Yeah.
like, you mean you get to eat when you go home?
Right.
You mean you don't get duct taped?
Listen, there's more. And we're going to talk about the drama because
Okay.
it, some of these people that live around me are terrible people, disgusting human beings.
I mean around everybody, but
I
yes.
know, but it's like, we're such a small town too that like everybody knows everybody. And I'm like, wow, this lady's disgusting. So now I know who to stay away from out here. But
Yeah, don't do
just
that.
know at the time of his arrest, he was employed at a school around us. And they placed him on administrative leave, stating that the alleged conduct was completely contrary of our values, obviously. This is a interview of what was said with one of the kids. It says the child alleged that the couple would hit him with shovels, baseboards, planks of wood. He described being forced to lie on the ground while the adult dropped the 50-pound bag of concrete. The child was
The
reportedly
actual
right. Like, what is happening? What is happening? Who thinks to do that anyway? The child was reportedly bound with duct tape, including his arms behind his back and his legs and ankles together. He was left in this state in a fetal position to sleep overnight. Forced to exercise. After being freed from the tape, he was allegedly forced to run in place for about 4 hours. During this time, he was hit with a belt multiple times and punched in the genital area. When he cried, his mouth and head were covered with duct tape. The child stated he stopped running in place because he urinated on himself. He was then punched repeatedly in the chest and stomach and taken to the garage for more abuse, including being strangled. These are children.
Yeah.
I can't even fathom what these kids had to go through
Even if it
every
was an
day.
adult.
Right.
No, nobody should have to go through that.
Especially a
No
child.
one should have to go through that. Correct. Children should feel safe.
For approximately 3 years, the couple allegedly withheld food, water, and restroom access as a form of punishment. There are so many Mormon stories that this is the case. So when people, like all these people that commented back, sure, I'm sure you know people that would never do such a thing. But also, they never thought these specific people would do anything like that either. So I don't think you truly know somebody like you think you know somebody, especially in your church.
Yes.
Come on
And I will
now.
say, I don't know very much about the Mormon religion. I don't believe the Mormon religion teaches you to do these things.
No.
I will say there are some beliefs held by the Mormon religion
Mhm.
that you can be saved even after you're dead.
That is true.
So there's this whole premise of like, we can kind of do whatever we want.
Mhm.
Um, that can be understood. I'm not saying everyone believes that. I'm not saying that's how it is. It's just, it's like
Yeah.
if you teach your children, there are no consequences to their actions. Then when they do crazy things and they get away with them, that continues, right?
Yeah.
That's why so many people are like, please spank your children or please do whatever.
Right.
I don't think you need to spank your children. I think there are certain levels of discipline that are necessary.
Yeah.
Timeout is great for little ones, okay? We had this whole talk today because my kids said this little boy had to stand on his tippy toes in a corner. And I said, well, my dad didn't do the tippy toes thing, but he did used to draw a circle in a corner
Yeah.
and say, you cannot, your nose cannot leave this dot for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was our version of timeout.
Yeah.
And we also had hug shirts that we had to wear like with our heads through the same hole
Yeah.
with our siblings until we stopped fighting.
Right.
And like, so there are things you can do that are not
Also, it's like,
detrimental.
what are these children? I don't think there is anything that these
No,
children could have done
they're not doing anything.
that
No,
that would result in something like this. There's nothing on this
no,
earth that my child would do
correct.
that I would go, "Oh, you know what I should do? Duct tape your mouth."
No.
Hit you with a
Or
shovel.
make you sh-
Like, no.
I don't even want my shovel inside, let
Yeah.
alone and I'm also picturing like how big was this I'm sorry, were these people on drugs? Like how big is this shovel that they are wielding it at their kid? Like esports, did they rip them off the I just
Yeah, what's
this is
happening?
so evil. This is so
Also,
evil.
another fact that I'll throw out there in this case, this man was just appointed as bishop of the church. That's who the
Of course he
bishop
was.
of their church was. The child was told to hold his urine for 24 hours and was then physically punished for lying when he asked to use the bathroom. Due to being rarely given food or water, the child said he would only eat at school or family members' homes. He would also sneak outside to drink water from the garden hose. There was a little girl that stated that she was forced to stand outside overnight while the couple slept on the trampoline to ensure she would not lie down and fall asleep. So she stood up all night outside as a
Here's
punishment.
discipline is intended to be a consequence
Right.
and to correct behavior, right?
Right.
So, like for me, okay, you speed, you get a ticket. Your goal then is to not speed.
Right.
One, what are you punishing?
Mhm.
Two, what would you like to be the end result
Right. Well, it's the same
of your
with the Ruby
child?
Frankie thing. It's like,
Yes,
what could they have possibly done? The punishment doesn't fit the crime, right? It can't.
literally.
It
We don't
can't.
even know there's no crime reported.
Right.
We don't know the crime.
And like these are
Yeah.
little kids. What are they like fucking they didn't pick up a piece of trash off the floor? Like I don't understand.
No, they are literally just
They're probably just being
not
children.
correct. My other question is, were any of the kids girls or all little boys?
No, this it was a little girl that had to stand outside. She was also pulled from her ponytail
Oh yeah.
across the yard, is what she said. They were hit with pots and
And
pans, made them run outside barefoot in the heat, made them do yard work in the heat. Oh, sounds like Ruby Frankie to me.
see, this is the problem. They're reading it as if like these are, or we're thinking in it in frame of it being discipline. It's not.
No,
This is torture.
this exactly.
Like,
Abuse
yes, they
and
were
torture.
tortured.
Yes.
Yes.
Um,
Yes. We're like, what did they do wrong? And no,
they didn't do anything
they
wrong.
didn't do anything wrong.
They're being
Yeah.
kids.
These people are
Sometimes
sadists.
sometimes kids are defiant. Sometimes they don't listen. Sometimes they talk back. I don't think anything a kid does, that's why I said, does not warrant this ever.
Yeah.
So
Correct.
I'm done reading things that were done to them because it's basically the same. But for people to call them liars is crazy. Every single kid said the same thing. Seems to me this is not a lie. And I'm
So,
praying.
where would they have seen that?
Right. Exactly. I'm praying that the people that are in charge of investigating this case that they do a thorough job and that they find these people guilty because these poor children, and I don't know if they have children of their own or if they only had these adopted kids, I'm not sure. But they should never be allowed to have children ever again.
And I don't know what the process is. Like, once you adopt children, is there never again a check-in process? Because,
Apparently there is,
okay,
but I'm not
where was
sure
theirs?
exactly. I think it's like up to 2 years is I think what I read, if I remember right. But yes, the people that are a part of the Mormon church out here, some of them, and the people that know these people in the community are just awful people that literally go on this Facebook group and are so blunt and honest about the fact that they support these people And this woman was like, these children are liars, manipulators, foster kids lie. I know how foster kids lie. And I'm like, one lady, these were adopted children that these people chose to adopt.
Right.
But they were like, we stand with Matt and Brittany. And I was like, well, you're a fucking idiot, first of all. I didn't say that to them, but in my head, that was my thought. But I wrote on there,
Mm-hmm.
replying to her comment, I was like, I pray that none of these kids involved in this situation log on to this Facebook group and read your words that you're writing. This is absolutely disgusting. Because can you imagine? These kids are little. And if they had read words like that, to think that somebody felt like they were lying about something that was so terrible that happened to them, I would be sad that they
I
would
think
think
what's
that,
even more terrifying is if there's such a strong group of people in the area that support them,
yeah,
I hope they have such a close look at the foster family, because a lot of foster families, like you get to know the foster families around you. And sometimes whole churches will have whole teams of foster
yeah.
homes that are like super supportive of each other. And I'm just praying these kids didn't wind up with another
Oh,
Mormon foster family.
same. Same. And we don't know their whereabouts, which we never should.
No.
But I am praying that they go to counseling and stuff. There is a girl out here that she's doing wonders. She is on here posting updates. So when she first posted the article in the Facebook
Mhm.
group, obviously she was like, this is our community. We want to know what's going on in our community. The
Yeah.
admin deleted the article because she knows them
Yeah.
and goes to church with them.
No.
Dude, this girl was like, oh, so and so tags her. Okay. The admin, and was like, why are you deleting articles? The community needs to know what's going on. Innocent or not, they need to know what's happening. And so everybody that's in support of them is like, whatever happened to innocent until proven guilty? It's like, bro, these charges are not having somebody arrested unless there's evidence in this case.
And nobody, by saying they got arrested for this, is saying they are going to prison.
Right.
The news is to tell us things that are happening so that we can be informed.
And it's public information.
But see, another thing that that cults or high, excuse me, what do they call these? I've said it already, but like high, intense, I don't know, whatever, is information control.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Information control. They're very big on information control. So
Yeah.
any information that is bad cannot be shared. You cannot share that.
Right.
We don't like the world to know that we also have issues.
Right.
We like to keep those to ourselves.
And which, like, I get
Yeah.
it. I get it. But also,
Yeah.
like, fuck right off. So, yeah.
Truth. Because you know what? If I get arrested, you know it's going somewhere.
I'll be talking about it, Karen. Listen, guys, it's not here. Girls arrested.
I don't
Well,
even know how we got there.
listen, if there's anything you learn from our podcast, it's that, hey, you shouldn't abuse and torture your children. It's not okay. It never will be okay. I don't care about your religion. Torturing and abusing kids, not okay.
Literally.
And also,
Like,
if you do, you deserve to be talked about. Okay?
yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And talked about by podcasts bigger than ours.
Yeah. Okay, you did send me a video, so let's skip over to that.
This is a fun video, and this is the only Christmas gifts I will be accepting this year.
All right, guys, so tomorrow is our second annual Down on the Farm offering, and I'm sitting out here with Tater Tot, and it's been a while since I posted him. I'm hoping everyone has a chance to come see him in person, because it's really hard to show the size of cattle in a photo or in a video. So I'll pick him up here so you can get a better idea what size he is. This little guy's absolutely adorable. He's got a sweetheart little personality, and I think he's going to make someone a great companion, or if given the opportunity, an incredible herd sire. So hope to see everyone tomorrow.
Okay, Tater Tot, what a cute name for a cow.
Hmm.
And also, I wonder if I could just go just to see the animals. I don't want to own one because they're really expensive, but oh my God, I
Oh
want to
no, I
cuddle
want
with
one.
one. Well, yeah, but they're insanely expensive.
I don't care.
I want one of
Dutch
those.
Schmet.
Well, I really want a
Never heard of
goat.
it.
I really want a goat farm. I just want to breed and raise goats and drink goat
They're
milk
all
all the
so cute.
time and live off their milk and never have to buy milk again at the grocery store. And I want ducks because they lay eggs all year round and they have a higher nutritional value than chicken eggs. And they're
And
cute.
ducks are cheaper. They don't make noise. They're cute, and they eat mosquitoes.
Oh, I love that.
Like they eat bugs. Yeah. Chickens also tear apart your yard. Ducks do not. Ducks are super friendly. Yeah, ducks are the way to go. I've even seen they're cheaper, like their eggs are super good for you.
Yeah.
Their meat is better, so like but yeah, they lay eggs. I think they lay eggs longer too.
I
Oh,
don't
and they
know.
breed themselves. So like
You don't have to do anything.
right, and they raise their own young. You also don't have to incubate and
Oh, gotcha. I don't think I could eat a duck though. They're too cute.
I've never tried.
Chickens are cute too,
I
but
couldn't eat one of these cows, but I do
no.
want one.
See, that's why my husband doesn't want to get a cow because I could never kill the cow. I just want it to be my
This
friend.
cow.
No, all the
Let me be
cows.
very clear. I could be best friends with a big cow.
Me
Cuddle that
too.
baby her whole life.
Yeah.
And the minute she's ready for butcher, I would have no problem having a
No.
steak.
Nope, can't do it. You can't eat
Oh,
Teresa
yeah, I wouldn't
after
care.
you've raised her. Come on.
I could absolutely eat a Betty or a Bertha though.
No, I could never. I could never, ever.
Oh yeah, I'd be grateful for her and the life she lived, and I would know how she ate. I would know she had the best dang life she ever could have. She was never given any crazy medicines or abused. Her meat, love is the ingredient. Like, love is the secret ingredient. And I helped
True.
give that love.
I mean, I do think that eating a cow that you've raised and you know what that cow has been eating its whole life and where it's been. I mean, I do
Yeah.
see the good in that. I guess if I have
No, I
to,
think that's
if I'm gonna be a farmer,
I think
you
that's
know.
why people are going back to that. And I saw something that said like
No, we really should though.
that it took us less than 3 generations to lose thousands of years of knowledge and sustainability. And I feel that.
I feel that too. All right. Remember I told you that I was gonna go with my husband because he has like to go to Vegas for work or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's still going, but they couldn't
Okay.
get me a ticket to get into the actual
Well, so you
SEMA show.
okay.
So I was like bummed and I was like, oh, whatever. You still go for the whole 4 days. He's worked on these cars and I want him to go
Right.
and celebrate that. And he's like, no, I don't want to go without you. And I'm like, it's fine, you know?
Aw.
So then
Yeah.
yesterday morning we were talking about it and I was like, you know what? It's on still. Baby, I'll go with you because I'm going to drive up the last 2 days. So I don't have
Mhm.
to leave my kids for too long. But I was like, I'll drive up on Thursday and I'll book a hotel for the night and I'll just drive to the hotel. And then I was like, I'm just going to read all day and like take it as a little vacay for myself. And he
Say
was,
it's also Vegas. It's not like it's like
yeah,
20 degrees outside.
uh, yeah, I don't go outside when it's hot though, so I will be in the hotel room in the AC. Or
Yeah,
like
but it probably
even
won't also
walking
it also won't
around,
be 100 degrees.
true, because it's November, but you never know. But walking
I don't know.
around
We went
like
one year for Thanksgiving and I remember it being like
cold.
89.
Oh, beautiful. I like that. Even if I walk around like a casino, he was like, no, that's a good idea because I don't want to be away from you for 4 days. So that's what I'm doing this week. I'm going to drive up to Vegas by myself on Thursday, and then hopefully he'll get a ride with somebody and then he could just drive home with me. That would be nice.
Yeah. If I had 2 days to just people watch in Vegas,
Oh, right?
I'm bringing my camera and I'm just filming.
Hey, there is a
Yeah.
Barnes and Noble out there, so that's where I will be. I just am almost
Yeah.
done with this one. This is the second book to the Daisy book
Okay.
that I showed you last week.
Mhm.
There's a third book, and I said, babe, I'm gonna go to Barnes and Noble, get my third book. I'll hang out at the coffee shop,
Yeah.
and then I'll go back to the hotel and I'll read the rest of my book.
Right. There you go. What am I reading this week? I've been reading The Hunger Games, the most recent one that came out that's about Snow when he was a kid.
Oh, I thought I heard they were making another movie in that franchise.
They did. I think it came out already or it's about to. It's of this book.
Oh, see, I thought it was done. I didn't know there was like more stuff.
The actual Hunger Games that we knew as like teenagers and
Yeah.
what came out, or I guess we were adults, those books, yes, over and done with. But this
Yeah.
book is the story of President Snow when he was a kid.
Okay.
And he was a kid during the First Great War. So he
Mm.
essentially was one of the kids when they started the Hunger Games to punish the districts.
Okay. I never read the books. Did you read the Hunger Game saga?
Mhm. Yeah, this year.
Okay.
My husband bought them for me 2 years ago on my birthday, and this year in January was the first year that I like had time to read them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I never read them, but I saw the movies, so I don't know if I'd go back and read them. But then again, I don't remember the movies, so I could.
The books are mind-blowing.
Oh, really?
Peeta only has one leg.
In the books?
Yes. Like from the very beginning of the story, Peeta has a what do you call them? Prosthetic. Yes.
Yes.
Only has one flippin' leg. We watched the
Interesting.
entire Hunger Games series thinking Peeta had 2 legs.
Well, I guess I could read them. I know the movies are not as accurate. Another movie, so I just read or reread, I should say, Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. That movie is out in
Mhm.
theaters right now. I don't go to the theater, so well, maybe in Vegas. Maybe I'll go watch a movie by myself. I don't know. Sounds kind of
You know
fun.
what?
I'm gonna think
What
about
you do in
that.
Vegas stays in Vegas.
But
The other, I will say,
she's
the thing that you benefit from
yeah.
in the Hunger Games books is in the Hunger Games movies, I always felt like she was inclined to Glenn or whatever his name is, her friend. Like she
Oh,
liked
her
him
family friend,
best.
right?
Yes.
Okay.
When she kissed him, like I always felt like she liked him.
Yeah.
In the books, you get her mental processing.
Oh,
So you
okay.
get like her actual stressors and what causes her to kiss people and that kind of thing. I think you get more her than you do in the movies.
Okay.
In the movies, like we don't really get to understand her version of it.
Yeah.
We just see interpret what we do. But in the books, you get her voice.
Yeah. Well, there's always going to be more
Which,
in the books. They can't fit
yes,
everything in the movie.
yes.
But Colleen Hoover has
Right.
another movie. I'm like, this woman has so many movies coming out right now. She has
Well, she
another
had to, or she
movie,
was going to be stuck with Blake Lively's drama forever.
literally. And I'm sad because there's a sequel book to that. And I don't know if it's ever going to get done. But she has another movie called Reminders of Him that is supposed to come out in like January or February or something. And I've read that book, but we all know I don't remember anything. So I'm going to reread that as well. So,
Same.
yeah,
Yeah.
I will watch a movie and immediately like a week later I'll be like, "Yeah, I watched that, but I don't know what it's about." It's so bad. Watch the movie.
Literally.
Yeah, I'm actually going to have a movie
No,
day with
but
my
you
kids
know.
because the live action How to Train Your Dragon is out. So we're going to
Mhm.
watch that.
I
Also,
loved those movies,
the
and I haven't seen
Jurassic
that one
Park
yet.
Rebirth is out as well. So maybe we'll watch that too.
Jurassic Park is happening. Did you know they were able to clone those wolves, the dire wolves, that have been extinct for like 6,000 years?
Wait, in real life?
They cloned, yes,
I
they
don't
were
like
able to
this.
recreate,
I don't like
clone them.
this.
They've been alive for like 6 months. What's crazy is these wolves are terrifying. But now they're working on, I think I saw mammoths. Like they are recreating some of these animals. I'm like,
I don't
y'all
like
are
this.
making animals
Mm-mm.
that we no longer know how to kill.
Yeah, I don't like this. Next, we're going to be bringing
We
the
no longer
dinosaurs back.
know how these animals. I'm telling you,
And
it's gonna
Jurassic
happen.
Park is
And
going to
I'm
really
just
happen. We're getting eaten by a T-Rex because what am I going to do?
T-Rex um are not actually
Dinosaurs?
as terrifying
Oh,
though as we no they are. Well, that's the other thing. Do you know dinosaurs are birds?
yeah, I did read that. Also, I read,
Some
I watched this video that was like, yeah, dinosaurs were not even real. Because people were like, you know how people don't think that like dragons were real, but then they're like, you'll believe a dinosaur was real, but not a dragon. And I was like, dragons were real. I'm a
oh
believer.
yeah, dragons are in the Bible.
Also, I'm sorry. Did you know that the bones of dinosaurs at museums, did you know those are not real? Some of them are,
Yeah,
but not
I
all of
didn't know
them.
some of them. I mean, I
I was
assume yeah they
like,
cast some of them.
what? Excuse me?
Speaking of Vegas though,
What?
did you see the headline this week?
No.
Someone was out in the desert, you know, when you're driving between Vegas
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Lake LA. That big stretch of road and goes through the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Someone was out off-roading recently in that stretch of desert.
Yeah.
Gloria, why they find 30 piles of dead bodies?
What?
Not just 30 bodies, 30 piles. And why? So now the police have been out there for weeks thinking like, what are we going to, where did these piles of dead bodies come from? Not bodies, like completely decomposed, like bones.
Wait.
Just whole piles.
What?
I don't know how true this is, but this morning's headline said that not a funeral home, a
Oh,
retirement home
no.
had stepped up to claim that they had been disposing of their dead out there.
No way. Wow. Funeral home recovers 300 plus piles of human remains. 300, Karin.
Oh, so a funeral home stepped up to grab them, like like is willing to go through them. That's the
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know how true this is, but it remains
So 300
found.
now another one is saying 315 piles of human remains found in Nevada desert.
Yeah, so it started with who left 100 piles, of cremated human remains.
How do you know they're human remains?
Why are there piles of remains? It doesn't matter what I bet some of them aren't human.
Okay, the individual who discovered the ashes. How do you know
So
that
they're
they're
cremated already.
people?
You don't. Now they're saying 300 piles? How it doesn't matter if they're animals or ash. We have questions.
What?
They're saying human remains, so I'm sure they tested them. Oh my gosh, stop. It's in Searchlight.
I don't know where that is.
I do because my grandparents own a huge, well, they're dead, but my
They own,
family,
yeah.
so my uncle owns a huge piece of Searchlight. Like literally the whole town is owned by like 7 or 8 people,
Yeah.
and one chunk of it is ours.
Wow.
Yes,
It says there's no
but this is the
law
uncle.
in the state of Nevada that forbids a person from leaving ashes on public land.
Oh no, you can leave ashes. Gloria, did you know you can bury someone in your backyard? And if you create a graveyard on your property, graveyards are not taxed. So there are instructions online for how to bury your loved ones in your own yard and then declare your property a private graveyard and never have to pay taxes.
No
And
way.
also never have, yes, people are figuring this shit out because it's a thing. But
That's
um
hilarious. But also, I don't know if I want my dead family members in my backyard. Oh my goodness.
so it is public land, luckily, so not private land, but still I wonder if my dad has seen this. I want to send it to him and be like, anyone checked on Greg yet?
Okay, but also, why are they just putting like don't don't the ashes go back to the family? If it was like somebody random putting their family's ashes out there wouldn't be 315 piles.
Right. So they're investigating it, but the problem is, what do you investigate if no crimes, no laws
Yeah.
have been broken?
Yeah. And then there's like the question of where did these come from? I want to know
Oh
how this
no.
guy stumbled upon them and went, "Oh, this is
He
cremation."
probably didn't. He probably looked at these piles and thought, this is weird. Because you know when the ground changes, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, but maybe there were some identifying, there's things like toenails and stuff
Bones.
in,
Yeah, I know.
yes, in cremations. So you can like see those and maybe he like stumbled into those and went, this is not normal.
Wow.
I don't know.
The world has
It's
gone
so weird.
crazy.
Anyways,
315 piles is a lot of
well,
piles.
yeah, couldn't be me.
We're going to leave you with this.
Could be me. Yes, there are 315 piles of human cremations, which the article I just read said commonly referred to as cremains.
Cremains. Just in the desert.
Sure, you got your dad? Maybe someone's going in and stealing people.
Listen, my dad lives in Washington with Tommy. He's fine.
Well, thanks for enjoying another episode of, I don't know what I was about to call us, but not our name.
Of cremation.
Chaos and Company. I was about to say crime something, cream, who knows, whatever. We don't know. Tune in next week and comment below if you enjoyed. And so sorry again for the video. Hopefully this week's will have video. And if not, if you've gotten to this point and you're hearing our voices only,
Then you know something messed up.
you get bonus points.
All right, guys. See you next week. Bye.
Bye.